Hey everyone, so to part two of this solving quadratics, we are going to be solving by looking at the table. So I'm not necessarily going to give you the function this time or the equation, but instead I'm going to give you the xy table. Okay, and this is the same exact thing, it's just horizontal. It's the same thing as saying if I plug in 0, I get out 5. If I plug in 1, I get out 0, so on and so forth. So what I'll be asking you to do in these types of problems is to find the y-intercept, to find your solutions, and remember those are the same things as your roots, x-intercepts, or your zeros. And then I'll also be finally asking you to find your vertex. So, first thing with the y-intercept is remember that for the y-intercept, it's what happens when you plug in 0 for x. So if I plug in 0 for x, notice that's right here in that table, I get out 5. Okay? So my y-intercept is 0, 5. So to find the solutions, remember that's what happens when you plug in 0 for y, because your output is going to be 0. So if I see that happens right there, so 1, 0, and then it also happens right here, and that's 5, 0. So my solutions, I could say x equals 1 or x equals 5. I can take those right from the chart. And then last but not least is, where is my vertex at? So my vertex, remember vertex is either your highest or your lowest point. So it's where that symmetry is happening. So if you'll notice, I have symmetry here, right? Because the outputs are both 5. I have symmetry here with the outputs both being 0. I have symmetry here with the outputs both being -3, which means that my vertex is going to be 3, -4, because that's the point at which all of the symmetry is occurring. So my axis of symmetry would be x equals 3. And then if I'm going from high to low to high again, that means my parabola is going to look like this. So that means that my minimum value is going to be -4, because that's going to be the output. All right? So a lot of the stuff that we could tell from the equation, we can also tell from a table of outputs. So let's look at another one. Let's see what we can do here. So let's try to find our y-intercept, our solutions, and the vertex. So y-intercept, that's what happens when we plug in 0 for x. This is right here. So 0, -6. Solutions is what happens when we plug in 0 for y. So I got a point there. So a -2, 0, or x equals -2. And I've also got one here, which is 3, 0, or x equals 3. And then vertex, you're trying to find that point in which all the symmetry occurs. So try to match up that symmetry. 6 to 6, 0 to 0, -4 to -4, -6 to -6. So everything's symmetric, which means the vertex is going to be between 0 and 1. So I can't necessarily pinpoint an exact point here, but it's going to be between 0 and 1. And that's all I can tell right now, since I don't have the equation with me. So, you already should be working on graphing, solving those by graphing. And then there are also a couple tables where you should be able to find what's the y-intercept, what are your x-intercepts, and then what is the vertex. All right? So, make sure you get those notes down, start working on those you try nows, and we'll go over them the next time I see you. As always, be safe, be good, and I'll see you when I see you.